All right, we're back once again live here at the Progressive Auto Sales Arena, and it's always happy when you can tell when we're smiling, I think, right away. The Sarnia Sting are up 1-0. Curtis Egert gets us on the board to start things off for the Sarnia Sting. 9 shots on goal for the Sting and only 6 for Windsor. And Curtis, that's his 4th goal of the season. And I think we're seeing a little bit of tension out there, but not enough, right?
There's not enough out there. I was talking to a fellow over there, and I said it's kind of like laid back. I thought it'd be more chippy after, you're home and home. Usually you're coming out to prove a point.
Yeah.
Either it settles down or it gets out of control, but we'll see. There's still 2 more periods, so yeah, I still have faith.
Well, I think the point is to win.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I guess that's, we did see a little bit there just at the end of that period, a little pushing it around and clawing up. I don't think it's, like you said, there's still 2 more periods to come out with that yet. But great to see Curtis in there with that goal. A couple of missed opportunities here by the Sarnia Sting. And maybe I'm being, you're thinking more than a couple.
No, there was a couple good opportunities. They were very good chances. But you know what? If you're not trying, you're not going to have those chances. So they'll keep plugging away, and everything will end up okay.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens, keeping it going out there. Nolan Burke is somebody we were just talking about. This is somebody that the Sting recently picked up, and he's playing in there tonight. I haven't really seen anything from him just yet, but do you have any expectations there? You said we just looked it up. He comes from Peterborough, right?
Yeah, he's from Peterborough, but he's playing with the Pickering Panthers in the OJHL, which is a Tier 2 Junior A out of, GTA area. The quick thing that I saw, 20 games played. I think he's got about 6 points. So you know what? He's putting forth an effort, I guess. And like I said earlier in the pregame show, it's kind of nice if we can bring up these young guys and kind of give them a chance to play at this level. It'll help their game when they go back, and also it'll help their game when they try out for the team next year.
Right. Well, I guess that's something to talk about too. Is we've seen a few guys go away to other teams recently. Some that Salonici recently gone, and now are we? Is there a strategy here? Do you think? Are they planning ahead, getting these young guys in here and taking the time to work on them so that maybe a year or 2, or am I don't know.
I don't think it's much of a strategy. I believe Josling's out with an injury, so it's kind of filling the hole, filling the position, and maybe it's who's best is next for that position, right? Obviously, you got a depth chart that you follow along. When they came to camp, it's like, oh, he'd be good at that. Okay, we got an injury, so we'll get him in the game. He's holding his own out there, 6 foot tall. 170, I think I read 185 pounds.
Yeah.
So that's my birth weight, so that's good. But no, it's he seems to be okay. It's not like he's not fitting in out there.
No, that's right.
With more ice time, more experience, and then he's going to get confidence, and he should be able to fill the void for what we need for tonight.
Yeah, and guys like this too, when they get the opportunity because they know they don't get it that often. It's a little more motivation in the blades, so to speak, to maybe step up your game a little bit and show off a little.
I'm sure it's one of those things where they have that in the back of their mind. It's like, well, if I impress them, maybe I can stay. and you know what?
Well, that's kind of the point.
Yeah, and you never know. Like maybe there's that opportunity where you end up on the practice roster or whatever. But I always thought, the best thing for young players like that, keep them playing, keep them in a game. Don't just have them sitting around and kind of waiting and hoping sort of thing. And I'm sure the Sting know that too. I mean, I'm sure they know that.
They kind of know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Ethan Langevin there between the pipes tonight. He's dancing around a lot, and I mean that in a good way. There's been some shots that I think were expected to go in. I think Windsor thought, no, right?
Yeah.
He's doing a good job in there tonight.
No, he is. He's going from post to post very well. He came out a little bit too far, and then he got caught at one time, and I thought it was going to be a wraparound goal, but you know what? It didn't happen, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
It's good to see. It's good to see a goalie very mobile, especially in this league. The goal mouth passes and stuff like that. They got to be able to go post to post, and he seems to be fitting in just well. And I think we got a goalie of the future.
Yeah. The defense, too, I want to talk about that for sure. The defense seems to be a little tighter than they have been in the last. Let's go back to last week when maybe they were coming out and skating out and around a little bit more than they should have been. Do you see them a little close proximity there tonight?
I'm not really seeing that a whole bunch. I think you got to kind of, play what's given to you sort of thing. And as long as you keep your positions, do what you're doing. And, obviously the coaching staff, they have, what the boys, what they want them to do. So as long as they're doing their job, I know they're getting down to block a few more shots, which is great. It's always good to see if your goalie doesn't have to stop it. It's a better chance for us.
That's right. And it seems to be working so far, what's happening out there. Again, 9 shots on goal for the Sarnia Sting, only 6 for Windsor. Jake, what do you think needs to happen here in the second period now? What do the Sting need to do to maybe tighten things up a little and get a little bit more of a lead? They haven't got that insurance goal yet. They need to work on that.
Well, we had 2 power plays there, and I wasn't really overly impressed with how they orchestrated that a whole lot.
We've never really been good at that, though, have we?
We haven't been bad. I mean, early in the season they were doing well with it. But, other teams get better, too, and whatnot. And I think, Windsor just staying in the lanes. They're not giving anything Sarnia a chance to, pass it around and get that shot. So by doing so, you got to figure out another way. There's got to be something else that they have up their sleeve, and maybe we inject that into the playoff or into the power play and see what happens.
Yeah. So is that the speech that you would give if you were the guy in the locker room they'd listen to right now?
I'd figure out what I was doing, and then I would give them that speech. Just say, hey guys, this is what we got to do. We got to be a crisper pass. We got to have fast passes. Keep your heads up. Always take a shot if you got the lane. There's no bad shot in hockey, right? You have to shoot to score.
That's right.
So take the shot if we get the face-off, win the face-off, and let's do it again. Right. Ultimately, at the end of the day, usually the team with the most shots win.
All right.
So get more shots.
And to add to that, Jake Cherski would like to see a little aggression out there. He wants to see some old-fashioned hockey. Just putting the word out there. All right, well, we're still about 7 minutes away from continuing on into the second period. Let's talk tomorrow against Kingston. Another opportunity for the Sarnia Sting. That'd be their 3rd game of the week back-to-back. Of course, it's the 21st annual Teddy Bear Toss. But this is always a significant game for the Sarnia Sting, or any of the teams that do the Teddy Bear Toss, I should say. There's always a lot of conversation about who's going to get that first goal to get the fans tossing over all of the Teddy Bears. I think you said about 3,300 is the record, pretty close to. I think you're right. And I didn't ask you this last time. I've chosen. We got a pool going on at somewhere, and I haven't picked a whole bunch, but I like Franco, and I think I have Jacob Burrows in there too.
Rosie.
Yeah?
Yeah, Adam Rosichka.
Really? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
Because everyone's dumping on him,
Yeah.
and I hate that.
You want to be the guy that said, told you.
Yeah. No.
Leave the guy alone.
You know what? He's been playing okay. He's hustling. He's out there doing his job. And I think he's going to get that chance. And top shelf, Adam Rosichka.
All right. I got a hot chocolate on it. If my guy scores, you owe me a hot chocolate, and vice versa.
What if none of our guys score?
We'll go Dutch.
Okay. Great, I got a date.
Dutch hot chocolate.
Yeah,
there you go.
Dutch chocolate.
Look at great, I got a date. All right, the rumors are flying out there now. Jake and Dave are going for Dutch chocolate. All right, 1-0 right now as the Sarnia Sting lead over the Windsor. Who are we playing? The Windsor Spitfires.
Yeah.
See, we're out of control here.
He is.
It's going to be fun on the date. All right. Shout out again to all of our supporters here. Dan Tidwell from DT Freight Express, Hughes Intelligence Canada, Blackwater Coffee, and of course our friend Jake from Philly Cheesesteaks. And thanks to all of you. We'll keep you updated coming up through the second period. Follow us on social media everywhere. On behalf of the show Live on Location and the Video Show Network, I'm David Burrows and my friend Jake Cherski. Thanks for watching, everybody. Old-fashioned hockey. Here we go.